Hey guys, it's me again. So first off, if you're watching this and you're reading the note that says this is a letter to Hillary Clinton and her latest interview on tech and what, Facebook has done wrong and how Russia colluded and now attacking crypto on the side and saying all this stuff. I'm gonna speak to each one of those things, but I want to first start by saying if you haven't seen my letter to Congress, you need to go watch the video, my open letter to Congress, and then come back to this, or just go ahead and watch this, whatever. Number one, I want to say to Senator Warren, to Hillary Clinton, and every other who's talked about us shadowy supercoders, I just got my new shirt that says just some random shadowy supercoder, which is the actual quote from Senator Warren. Thank you so much for giving me identity. This is my new hoodie, and I created and got it done. You guys have inspired me, and now I've taken it on. Yes, I'm one of those. And whenever you say I'm a random shadowy supercoder, you're saying that I'm somebody bad. I'm not. I'm developing something that's not opaque, it's transparent, more transparent than Congress, that has more good transactions than our financial industry does. And let's talk about the fact that we take the fees out, the middlemen out, we make things stable and safe and quicker and better and less costly to anyone. That's what we do with this code. Now, to the comments of Hillary Clinton, again, who got up and talked about stuff she don't know. She talked about Facebook colluding with Russia and caving to the Kremlin. And yes, that happened. But it's interesting to me that her, response to this is not, wait, we don't need these bad guys to pick on our American businesses and make them take ads down and Google take videos down from opponents and, to the Kremlin or to Putin. Instead, she says, we need to regulate them more. Guys, that whole line of reasoning is ridiculous. Okay, so in order to fix Russia trying to regulate our businesses, we're going to regulate them even more. We're going to tell them what to do. What part of free speech is that, guys? I understand that they own a chunk of the internet, but they are not the internet. You're talking about getting in on private companies and telling them what to do just because they got dominance and they got power. Oh, well, deal with it. Just because you weren't in that age doesn't mean you need to come up with new ways to tell them what to do, just like Putin did. You're just like Putin if you're telling our American businesses what to do. Now, do I love the way the algorithms work for Facebook or Google? Not so much. But you know what? Their platform, their rules. It's a platform. It's not the entire internet. And guys, if they were doing something clearly abusive to people, I would say take them on. But they're not. So let's just be clear on that, number one. Number two, blockchain. Why throw us in under the bus saying that, we're going to be the next big evil and we're going to destabilize governments? Guys, guess what? We don't have to. No tech company even needs to destabilize the dollar. So, message to Hillary Clinton, good news for you. We can't do any more damage than Biden and you and your husband have already done to the dollar. So everything that's been done to the dollar, everything that's destabilized it is not cryptocurrency. It's giving money away and inflating it and doing things that we can't do and getting a national debt that's unsustainable. Let's talk about what destabilizes the dollar. It's not some random shadowy supercoder in the background that's trying to come up with a better way that's less opaque and deal with the funders that you and Senator Warren and Schumer have. What we're actually trying to do is empower people, and you, my friend, need to stop destabilizing the dollar. I call you into account for spending and spending and spending until the dollar is almost unrecognizable as a currency. Let's be clear and honest. I don't know what all the governments have in league with each other, why they think the dollar is the standard right now, because you guys have broken it. Now that's you. I challenge you to get as busy as we are about our code, about the politics that fix our finances in America. There are better solutions than just print more paper, okay? So destabilizing the dollar is ridiculous. And then the next thing is this. You're talking about these big, governments and countries and individuals are going to take over the blockchain. You don't even understand what the blockchain is. If the blockchain is not decentralized, which means Google doesn't have it only on their servers, Facebook doesn't only have it on their servers, and all the big players don't have it, no one country has it. If it is not decentralized, then it's not good code. The very core of the best blockchains out there have decentralized servers, decentralized miners. The reason why we love the miners and for what they're doing is because when they're doing it in all their various places, if a couple of them go down, then guess what? the others keep going. If a couple of them try to put nefarious code in there and they try to change the blockchain and take it over or hack it, try to control it, they go out. They get kicked out by the consensus. So learn about what the blockchains do. At the very core, if you want to talk about, I'm not talking about tokens, I'm talking about blockchains. If you want to talk about what blockchains do, at the very core, go watch all of my videos on them because I walk you through it. It starts with, it's like a ledger, like an Excel spreadsheet that's putting in content in each block at each moment of time. It's keeping a record of it that in the best blockchains can be looked at and is transparent. And then the currency, the crypto that comes from those blockchains like Bitcoin, is paying for those folks that are putting computing power into running the crypto blockchain, and they're getting money, rewards for running it on their systems. The very nature of it needs to be decentralized, meaning it needs to be all over the planet with all kinds of computers and not just one big player. So back to what you're saying, you want to talk about decentralizing things? I want to point at your news networks that are not still telling truth. So now we've got players on the other side of the aisle. We've had both sides of the aisle that's saying, hey, the news is not honest. That's number one. That destabilizes things. Overspending when you don't have the money and printing fiat is destabilizing the dollar. Not me, not a bunch of coders. We're not that powerful, but you are. So here's the thing. Will you come above the line? Will you get present, honest, and open? Will you explore opportunities and find ways to bring us back in line? If you turn the fiat currencies around, there's no need for these digitals to replace it. So if you did your job that you're paid well for, you get paid better than we do, you get pensions better than we get in the Senate, and you get healthcare services and retirement that we can't even touch, guys. They're special to you. If you actually worked in response to what you got and did the legislation you need to and stop doing what you've been doing to our America for years, there would be no need for just some random shadowy supercoder. But until then, we're calling you to accountability. What?